name is Christiana Jatta,
Jatta.
and a graduate from the University of the Gambia, a major in political science, minor in English. Now, I am so much happy, and the pleasure is, I will first of all want to plead and ask a question, but before I ask these questions, I want to make comments, because as a Christian, questions for me are not the things that are relevant for you now, because I believe I know my faith as a Christian, and 100% of what I'm coming to say, I have secretly sat down and listened to your lectures since you began up till date. And I said, I have listened to your lectures, that is the teachings that you've been making from the beginning up till date, from the law faculty up till here. I'm making a follow-up. And I think it will not be fair enough for one to sit for 4 good days or 5 or whatever, and you come and just raise one question out of a lecture that has proceedings like 100 questions or a series of topics that you have delivered on, and you raise different things that I, as a Christian, would like to comment and respond. And I will apologize, or I will ask if you will really, if you are convinced and you believe in what you are saying and you really know the Christian teaching, I want to ask you this particular thing.
In the question-answer session,
yes,
you have to follow the rules and regulations.
That is what I'm saying. That's why I'm pleading, so that you will understand what the teaching of the Christian. You have quoted things in the Bible. And if he's quoting from the Bible, I want him to allow me to express myself basically on the questions and the quotations he has raised as a Christian. If really he's convinced.
Do you understand English?
I do understand English. Maybe I can speak Jola then.
Before the question-answer session started,
yes,
the chairman set the rules and regulations.
Thank
one
you.
question at a time.
Yes.
You should ask your question in 2 or 3 sentences. If
I'm-
it is more than 2 or 3 sentences,
yes,
it becomes a lecture.
What?
If you want to have a lecture,
yes,
sure. If you want to have a debate also, we can arrange.
can you? Okay.
You can come to
All
Bombay.
right. No, it's not Bombay. I'm in the Gambia. You see, if this is what I'm saying. Hold on. May I come in place? Can you allow me?
Sister,
This is what I'm saying.
I personally do
Of
not
what he's
debate
saying, let
with
him listen to
women.
me.
I personally do not debate with women. You send me the #1 doctor of divinity in Gambia.
What I'm
Number
saying
one.
is,
Listen to me.
yes,
Listen to me. You are saying you want to ask everything from the first day.
Not from the first
Every
day.
day there was a question-answer session.
I said I have series of certain things that I want to make a comment on, not everything, but
Listen,
just few
sister,
things. So I
sister,
said, give me
listen
some
to me.
time.
Listen to me.
I'm listening. Yes.
There is a sickness. You have a sickness.
The sickness is in me. That's why I want you to deliver me from my sickness.
So
That's why I want to
sickness
ask
you
the
have to come
question.
after the question-answer session.
That is it. I
We
said,
cannot waste the time of thousands of people
so
for one sickness.
allow me to express myself for some times.
Yes.
And if you are really, yes,
Please listen to me.
it's okay. That is what I'm saying. Yes, I'm putting it in my language. That's what I'm saying. If he's really bored of what he has said and he really can hear my answers, then give me time.
You are most welcome to
In the
pose your
Gambia.
question in 3 or 4 sentences.
Good.
You are telling from the day I came to Gambia, every time I gave a lecture, there was a
That's the
question
fear,
answer
because
session.
I wanted to break the points of the misconceptions that you have placed against Christianity and quotations of Bible, which I took my Bible and opened and you made wrong quotations, and I wanted to rectify and go back.
Very good, very good, very good, very good.
Thank you.
Very good. Wait.
If he is bold, let him-
We'll give this sister a chance. We'll give this sister a chance.
Give me a chance today.
Today.
Yes,
Today, what did I say wrong about the Bible? Talk about today first.
I said.
I will give you more than 3-4 sentences. Fine?
Actually.
Now, wait, sister.
What?
Wait, sister. Today, in today's speech, I quoted verses of the Bible. Tell me in today's speech, what did I quote which you do not agree? You told you have read the Bible, you know more about the religion than others.
Than you, I said.
You know more than me.
Yes, in the Bible, because I'm a Christian.
I don't know what is your level.
Yes,
You go doctor of
it's not
divinity.
about level. I'm coming to preach in the ensign of the Holy Spirit, because you are preaching in the carnal way of Christianity. Is not for the knowledge of a man, from the mentality of a man, but Christian go beyond the interpretation of the word is used by the power of the Holy Spirit, which I now want to testify before you.
The Holy Spirit cannot follow the rules and rules.
The Holy Spirit, you are denying to hear the Holy Spirit.
Holy Spirit cannot follow the rules and regulations
So
of the
this
question
is why
answer session.
you-
How can it be holy? It is unholy.
It is holy. You don't regress. You don't accept. If you are convinced of who you are, allow me to testify, and then you will Islamists, all of you will understand these messages that have been given. Whether when I speak to you, you will all not confess and say, thank you, Jesus.
If you know
If you are
English,
both accept.
now I am giving you, instead of 3 sentences, I am allowing you 6 sentences.
Thank you.
Hold your question in
Thank
6
you.
sentences.
Maybe
In
that-
6 sentences.
Good.
I will not allow you to speak
Yes.
more than 6 sentences.
Good. So this is what I was talking about in your speech when you talked about democracy at the law faculty. You said something about democracy.
Talk about today. See, you have a sickness.
Is
I am giving you time.
Talk about today
Talk
alone.
about today.
I may not have the chance to speak to you from the beginning up to date. So I need to select the questions that I want to ask you based on what you have said. That's what I'm saying.
If you tell me something what I spoke yesterday, I'll have to again give a speech of half an hour.
Right.
Because everyone wasn't there yesterday.
I said, is it okay now? Let me come up. You listen. Please, can you?
Now you'll ask me something about
Thank you.
there was.
Okay, let's go.
Everyone is asking.
I am just
Everyone
saying
is asking me to take you out.
He preached
Sister,
about misconceptions of
Sister,
Islam.
Sister.
And the misconception about the Bible, that is
Sister.
what I wanted to lay and
you are looking at the people and talking. This is the sickness we have got.
Thank you.
All the people are telling me,
Yes.
take her out, take her out. I'm giving you a chance.
If I'm not allowed,
Everyone
I
is
can
telling
go.
you, take her out, take her out, take her out.
Yes, if
I'm
not
giving you chance.
a
Now
permission.
you
If
want
I'm not allowed, I can go. I'm not here
you
to-
want to ask a question of yesterday. Now the moment you tell a question of yesterday, I'll have to give yesterday's speech again.
Yeah,
If you
okay.
ask me a question
Now,
of this,
let's go on, let's go
first talk about today.
Okay, let's
Do
start
you-
today. Okay, let's
Talk about today.
Yes, now, I want to say something about the issue of polygamy. When you spoke about polygamy, you gave an example of like a woman cannot marry 4. Yes, it is okay, it's sensible. But in emphasis, as we look into gender today in this world, we have the perception of talking about Western idea in gender. But the clarity in Islam, as you said, when you are to do that, you got to be what? Constantly somebody who is focused and you are able to implement what Islam is saying. So therefore, if men are not observing those priorities, which 95% of them are not observing, what are we talking about? Are we going to take our own guns to beat the men, or are we going to find a measure in looking for implementation of laws that we can implement and make sure that men observe the rights of women? And therefore, if you are talking about this here, I want to talk about the Christian version of one wife. When you said it is a prescription by other people, it is a biblical statement in the Bible. And I wanted you to give me the chapter where it is said, not in the Bible, that a man cannot marry more than 2 wives. So that was what I wanted to know, because Scripture, Jesus said to the
people.
people.
10 sentences. She wants me to give me a statement of the Bible where a man can have more than 1 or 2 wives. I have told you
Give me a
Abraham,
chapter.
according to the Bible, had 3 wives.
Good.
If you Solomon had 700 wives.
Yes.
Now
So-
that proves
so-
you're wrong. It is from the Bible, from the Old Testament. Can we have the next question? Your question is over. We'll have the next question from the brother's side.
Answer the question.